oppress a man. Where you gonna run to down? Press a man. Where you gonna run to?
Guys, we're down here in Abbey Street. You're protesting against human rights in Eritrea. What's all the background to this?
Oh, Jacob. Yeah, we have a very dictator government in Eritrea. So we have been freed since 1991, and since then we don't have any constitutional government. We have more than 10,000 prisoners, and nobody knows where they are kept, and they have no chance to have a legal right to protect and to defend themselves.
Sure.
And
When you talk about a dictatorship, what sort is it? Is it a military dictatorship? Is it religious? Is it a gangster dictatorship?
Yeah.
How would you describe it?
he is a military dictatorship. He freed Eritrea with the Eritreans in 1991, and since then we had no chance to have election. We have no parliament in Eritrea in generally. He is the only one who decided everything in Eritrea.
Yeah. And is it a right-wing military, left-wing military, or just interested in its own wealth military?
Yeah, he is for himself only.
Yeah.
There is no right wing. He don't have any political stand. He is only for himself.
Yeah.
So he don't represent any part of the politician sides on this war.
Sure. Now, the other safeguards we would talk in this part of the world is you've got a parliament, you've got the courts. What's the situation like in Eritrea for the parliament? We'll say the parliament, we'll start with that.
Eritrea since 1993, we had just temporary government from all sides of the community. In 1998, the temporary president, who was a leader for the freedom fighters, he turned up, become a dictator.
Sure.
So he abolished all political organization, institution, from up to bottom. It's one-man rule. Some our African brothers give us nickname North Korea of Africa. So to define his stand, what kind of politics is ruling Eritrea is there's no name to mention.
Sure.
And I will classify him as evil. And the devil don't have no human rights against innocent children and women.
Sure. Something that's always, I mean, looking at the region, you're in a region with Somalia, Ethiopia, Djibouti, a whole range of that. Is there any outside interference at all from other countries? Is this dictator being helped by other countries?
Actually,
No.
Actually, he is the only person who disturbing all the Horn of Africa. He interfered in Somalia. He made war against Ethiopian. He did war against Sudan. He did war against Djibouti. Even with Yemen. So he had fought against all our neighbors. He is the evil in East Africa. He is the source of destabilization in East Africa.
Sure.
Can I add it up a little bit more onto
Yes, please.
Jacob? This man has been sanctioned by the African Union, European Union, the United Nations Security Council, all the human organizations from Amnesty all the way to UNHCR. He's the only troublemaker in that region with his gangster leadership. Today in Africa, people are gone, dead by their own people.
Sure.
Gaddafi is gone, Mubarak is gone, all the rest is gone. His only one is remaining is our Eritrean president. His name is Isaias Afewerki. There is a time now to go for him. Thank you.
What about the courts then? I mean, are the courts no help at all? What, if you went home, would you be likely to be arrested?
I'm not welcome. I will be shot right in my head.
Okay.
And we don't have a functional court, civil court. We have military court once, and that's been ruled by the generals of his gangster leadership.
What about the police then? I mean, we have the military, then we have the police. How about
there is no institutions there. There is no police. There is nothing. Even the military, we have two kind of military there. Those military are under the Eritrean government in their name, and there are also military who belongs only for him.
Okay.
So these are the police in Eritrea. They are arresting. They are doing anything. Even they can take you to prison. they can say, oh, I don't like his face, and they can put you,
Sure.
and he has to come to free you.
Yep.
So sometimes they forget you. I know people who are in prison without anything, even they don't know who brought them to prison more than 8 years.
Yeah. And are political parties banned these days?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is no political ban. There is no any rules how to create a political ban and how to be ruled actually as a political.
Can I ask you, just if I could show you some of the photographs here. These people can't talk for themselves, so perhaps you might like to say who they. Let's give them an identity. Who these people are.
These are most of them. They are also journalists
Okay.
and ministers
Human
as
rights
well,
activists.
and human rights activists.
Sure.
We have more Eritrean prisoners in the world, to be honest, the proportionate to our population when you see.
Sure.
The most journalists prisons, and most of them, they are died actually in a prison now.
Yep.
And more than 15 ministers, they are also in prison without any right to defend themselves.
Sure.
And most of them, they are lack of medicine, lack of treatment. Most of them, they are dead as well now.
Now, many people would say, well, they got rid of Gaddafi because, not because he was a bad man, because he was a bad man for a long time, but because he had a lot of oil. What's the incentive then to get rid of the dictator in Eritrea? I mean, human rights is a nice thing, but human rights doesn't make money, whereas oil makes a lot of money, sadly. Yeah.
The problem is we don't have that resources in the world to be attracted in Eritrea.
Okay.
That's why we have less supporters for them. That evil person in Eritrea, you can't find other definition than more than evil. And such evil, they have no right to live in the world. But normally, in this world, if you don't have any resource, if they don't have any interest, they are not going to support you.
Sure.
The only thing what we do is we are supporting ourselves.
Yeah.
And what he is doing as well, he is forcing the Eritrean people in diaspora to pay 2% from their income. If you don't pay, you have no right to go back home. Yeah, you have no right to go back to home, and even you don't have right to have any document from the state. Even you can't inherit what you got from your parents.
Sure.
So I am now 12 years. I didn't go home. So we are not allowed to go home. If we go home, they are going to take us in prison. Nobody would know when we are going to capture.
This is a very peaceful demonstration. You're obviously peace-loving people.
Yeah.
Is it likely that the opposition in Eritrea will become, shall we say, less peaceful if things go
peaceful.
on?
Well, I am a refugee here.
Yeah.
I respect the rule of the state in Ireland or all European Union. But as our people are coming here to celebrate for the last 22 years that under this dictator.
No
I hope you stay here when some people are coming, you can have them vote. You can make the statement that we made in here. I most welcome you, but thank you very much. My side, you can ask my
what I wanted to say in addition to that is, there is no right of religion to believe. So most of the Christians and Muslims, they are taken in prison. You have no right to believe on your God, in your own God, to practice. So he is evil for everything. He is evil in all branches.
Okay.
Can I add it on? See, in Eritrea, we have all these 5 religions. For the century, we had a peaceful, don't have no problem. But now, by this evil dictator, everybody into each other's throat. There's some people are coming here. They ban as a Jehovah's Witness, they ban as a Protestant, they ban as a Catholic, Islam, whatever. But the Methodist Church here in Dublin Central Mission allow these people to have a free hall for these evil dictator supporters.
Okay.
So that's the reason we are standing here.
So that's why it's here today, yes.
Yeah, thank you. And also, the Methodist Central Mission here in Abbey Street surely is maintained by the Irish state.
Well, the Methodist Church it is, yes.
They collect taxation from taxpayer. And the taxpayer should be accountability where he's going their own money.
Well, actually, as a young man, as see me, like, I left my country because of the dictator. And then some of like me, new Jewish people, they leave the country and they end up in Sinai, and then they take their kidney. Look at the picture over there, and then they torture them. Look at Emma, look at the pictures over there.
Oh, sorry.
Give me that one, yeah. Pass me that one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show us
Look
these
over
guys.
here, what's
yeah.
happening. Look, this guy is young like me, and then they left the country, and then they kidnapped in Egypt. They call Sinai Peninsula, and then they tortured them. This guy, he was alive, and they take his kidney, and then they sell the like human trafficking, like and the organ harvest.
trafficking, as we say, yeah.
And then these people, they captured them, and then they asked to pay ransom money for one person more than $5,000.
Yeah.
And then their family, they don't have money, even they wouldn't survive. And how to get the 5,000 euro to pay for their ransoms. And then if they don't have money, look at them, how they do them. They torture them, they burn them, and then by iron stick and stuff. And then look at how they look.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they end up. And there are people that are really suffering in Egypt, in Sudan, and in Tunis, in Libya, because they left the country, because there's no hope, no university, no education, no future. There's no any constitution. As look at people as Ireland, a lot of young people, they're not jobless. They travel to outside the country, but they travel with a visa, and then they are secure. But Eritrea, they don't have any. You don't have allowed to out from the airport or wherever unless they have to out from the country. If they catch you, they'll shoot you. That's the law of the country. If somebody cross the border with illegally and they'll shoot him. A lot of people, they die, and then they shoot them, a lot of people they die. And then that's how we end up as a young generation, Eritrean, and then now a lot of Eritreans, they travel all around the world, like we have no hopes, that's in, and then that's end up because of the dictator.
Okay. Guys, we will look forward to bringing your story to the Irish people, but thank you for your time today, and we hope that more people will take an interest in what's happening in Eritrea, because it does seem a very bad situation.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
guys.